Well, if you've been to the pump lately, we don't have to tell you that gas prices have been surging well over $3 in most places, and experts say they're likely going to just keep going up, especially as we approach the holidays and more of us hit the road. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is calling on the Biden administration to tap the country's strategic petroleum reserve as a temporary fix for the holidays.
Tap that reserve, get the prices down, and then we have to embark on a full-time campaign to get us away from carbon fuels altogether.
So joining us right now with some tips on how to save at the pump, Robert Sinclair, Senior Manager of Public Affairs at AAA Northeast. Nice to have you back on Good Day New York.
Good to be back.
All right, so let's talk about gas prices right now. Usually at this time, wouldn't we see them kind of creeping down a little bit? I don't know. I went to the gas station the other day on Long Island. It was around $4.
Yes, prices would normally be creeping down. They usually bottom out sometime in December or January, but we are right now at the peak price of the year in New York City at $3.62 per gallon. Long Island is $3.55. Connecticut, $3.54. New Jersey is the cheapest gas in the region, $3.45 per gallon. But that's no bargain. You know, back in 2018, we did a survey of drivers asking them what would be the pain point for the price of gasoline, and 40% said $3 a gallon. Look at where we are now, and this is a bad economy, so I imagine it's a lot more people at a lower price that are feeling the pain at the pump.
So, Robert, that makes sense. And we're doing a little poll here at Fox 5, and right now people say that the gas prices are affecting their driving, and yet the city, we are just packed with cars. Only 8% people are back in the office. So what's going on? Because it seems like there are a lot of people on the road right now.
Oh, we are at near pre-pandemic levels as far as traffic congestion is concerned. And prior to the pandemic, we were at the worst traffic congestion in the history of the city of New York. You know, you still have a lot of people that are avoiding public transportation. Ridership on Long Island Railroad, Metro North, New Jersey Transit is off 40, 50%. And during the height of the pandemic, authorities were saying the safest means of transportation was the private vehicle because you're isolated from other people. And it looks like that advice is just holding forth with a lot of folks still afraid to get exposed to COVID. So they're driving and the roads are packed as a result.
Yeah, we've definitely seen that, especially when you're walking around here in the city, too. But give us some ways that, you know, we could save, because it's, you know, what can you do at this point? You can drive around, try to find the cheapest gas in your area. We could head over to New Jersey. But, I mean, there has to be some practical ways people can save at the pump.
Well, first off, you can use apps like, well, AAA has one, Gas Buddy has one, and there are lots of other apps that'll show you local gas stations and what the prices are, so you can use that. But keeping the vehicle in good shape. We don't do tune-ups anymore, but whatever it is that's necessary to make sure your vehicle is in optimum running condition, do it. Tire pressure, very, very important, not only for saving gas, but for safety. For every pound per square inch that your tires are underinflated, you lose nearly 1% of your fuel economy, and that is per tire.
Wow.
A government study from years ago found that most of us are driving around on underinflated tires, so we're wasting gasoline that way. Get rid of any extraneous material in your vehicle. Extra weight means poorer fuel economy. And very simply, slow down. Accelerate gently, brake gently. Whatever speed you're accustomed to driving at on the highway when there is no traffic, lower it. And if you drive around, especially it seems like on Long Island, where I drive a lot, people are flying. And if you want to save gas, slow down, and it also saves lives.
Very good points there. We kind of just heard that little soundbite of Chuck Schumer saying that, you know, the Biden administration needs to do something about lowering these gas prices, tapping into the petroleum reserves. I know this has happened before in the past, but if something like that passes, when do you think we could see some relief from the cost of fuel?
Well, it'll be very, very temporary. You have to understand the Strategic Petroleum Reserve has, I think, 750 million barrels in it. We've got 500 million barrels of crude oil in inventory in normal, regular storage. So releasing that oil would be a temporary shot in the arm, but it's really intended for when there are shortages, and we have no shortage. And just the idea of releasing oil has already affected the crude oil market. We're upwards of $84 a barrel last week, and I looked at the price of crude oil this morning. It's $78 a barrel. So the crude oil market, the oil and gasoline market is a globally priced commodity. It's very fickle. It can change in a minute. In fact, by the time we finish this conversation, all that we could talk about, all that we have talked about, could be moot. So it would be a temporary shot in the arm. It might help. A lot of analysts are saying it would be good for the reserve itself because you could sell the oil while it's more expensive and rebuy it to replenish the reserve when it's cheaper. That's assuming the price goes down, and it might not. It's a global commodity. We'd have to really see what would happen. The relief might be, the gasoline prices go up rapidly and go down very slowly, leisurely. So it's really hard to say how much of an effect it would have and when that effect would take place.
Geez. Do you think congestion pricing will also change the way people drive around here? What have we learned from, like, London?
Well, the people that are driving into Manhattan below 60th Street are not going there because they want to. It's not a pleasure cruise. They're doing it because they have to. So we're looking at congestion pricing. There's still a lot to be decided. We don't know how much it's going to cost. When it was part of an overall scheme of things, it looked a lot better when you're going to lower tolls on the bridges and that sort of thing. And then, New Jersey elected officials want credits for those who are driving from New Jersey using certain facilities to get into the affected area. There's still a lot to be decided upon, so we're looking at it strongly.
All right. Robert Sinclair, Jr., we always appreciate having you on Good Day. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.